So Eleider Álvarez beat Sergey Kovalev on a 7th round TKO to capture the WBO light heavyweight championship in what I consider, so far, the upset of the year. This was actually a very, very good fight. Very close, very competitive fight. It was kind of a tale of two halves. The first 3 rounds I gave them to Eleider Álvarez. I thought he was outboxing Sergey Kovalev. I thought he was bigger. He looked a lot bigger than Kovalev in the ring. And I think in the first round he tried to impose himself near the end of the round by pushing Kovalev back to the ropes. And once I saw that, I knew this was going to be a tough fight for Sergey Kovalev. He was beating Sergey Kovalev to the jab. He was letting Kovalev jab out and was countering with was snapping Kovalev's head back. I thought he took the first 3 rounds comfortably. It was really then when Sergey Kovalev came on a little bit stronger and started, throwing volume punching. So I had it going into the 7th, 3 rounds apiece. Harold Lederman, because I watched it on the HBO card, Harold Lederman had Sergey Kovalev winning every round bar the second. And I don't even know what to say to that, because I thought this was a close fight. It was definitely close, but Álvarez won the first 3 rounds for me. They were close, but you could clearly see that it was Álvarez who was on top in them first 3 rounds. So that's why I'm saying I don't know what Harold Lederman was watching. I mean, he has his own kind of style that he likes, but I don't know what he was watching. He was saying that Kovalev was the one landing the clean, effective shots. I mean, make of that what you will. All I saw was Álvarez was the one who was definitely landing the cleaner shots for me personally. Even the rounds where he was losing, he was landing clean shots. I think it was the end of the 4th round. Kovalev won that round clearly, but at the end of the 4th round he landed a nice little right hand on Kovalev at the end of the round, which appeared to kind of stiffen him a bit. Álvarez, HBO made me aware of this, I didn't know this. Álvarez, he doesn't come across as the biggest puncher. His record's only like a 50% KO ratio. But apparently in his last ever amateur fight, he pretty much destroyed 3 of his knuckles in his right hand, which prevented him from punching with full power pretty much since now, I guess. I know he knocked out Lucian Bute, but Lucian Bute didn't have the best chin. Went the distance with Jan Pascal and fought Isaac Chilemba. Isaac Chilemba's pretty good chin, and he's tricky, very similar kind of style to Álvarez, so I wouldn't really worry too much about that. I mean, Kovalev couldn't do it, Bivol couldn't do it, so there's no shame in that. But yeah, he looked very good in this fight. He looked very calm, looked fast. For 34 years old, the speed, the athleticism, very long arms. He's got like an Adonis Stevenson kind of reach. I think his reach is a bit shorter. It's about 75. But, very long arms. Looked very good in the fight. And it was in the 7th round. He kind of threw a jab to kind of Kovalev's chest. Came over the top with a right hand. It was a terrific right hand. Put Sergey Kovalev down. Got back up, but the legs were pretty much gone. And then he hit him with like a left hook, right hand combination. Put him down again. Sergey Kovalev fell flat on his side. Had no survival instincts at all. Just tried to throw back, but he had no survival instincts. So when he went down to the second time, HBO said they should have stopped the fight. Referee let him keep going. Got caught with another overhand right, and that was that. So yeah, that's basically how the fight went. I gotta say, I think there was some demons of the Andre Ward fight in this fight. I think he didn't capitulate the same way he did against Ward, but he showed that he really doesn't have survival instincts. Kovalev doesn't anyway. And, he showed that he can be outboxed. I think Isaac Chilemba showed that for briefly in the fight for the first few rounds when they fought, that he could be outboxed. And yeah, Álvarez is just a better version of Isaac Chilemba, so he was able to get the job done. Hit a lot harder than Chilemba as well, to be fair. So that was that then. So, it was a good result, good performance by Álvarez. I was going to say who could he fight next. I'd like to see him fight Adonis Stevenson, but, Adonis Stevenson has not wanted that fight for 3 years, mandatory for 3 years. And I want to touch on something about that mandatory situation with the WBC and Eleider Álvarez. I remember when Callum Smith was mandatory for Badu Jack down at super middleweight. He was allowed, I think it was twice. I think it was when Jack fought Bute, and then when he fought the Gale in the unification, they gave Cam Smith step-aside money, which is basically just, being paid to do nothing, just wait your turn. And he went over and fought a couple of takeover fights. But they were just, like I said, takeover fights. Whereas Álvarez, who's been mandatory challenger for 2 years, he was made to fight eliminators. Now, I'm sure he probably did get some step-aside money as well, but I'm nearly sure that his fight with Pascal and his fight with Bute were both eliminators. Now, that really doesn't sit right with me if the WBC are going to make one fighter, just take the money and do nothing. and the other guy are going to make a fight an eliminator. And that doesn't sit right with me. So that's just a disclaimer out there, just to add some food for thought there if anyone wants to try it, think about it. But yeah, so that's the situation. I'd love to see him fight Stevenson. I think he beat Stevenson, but Stevenson's not been too keen on that fight, and I think now Stevenson definitely ain't going to want that fight. I think there's talk of him rematching Badu Jack, in which case I expect Badu Jack to win that fight. But those are my thoughts there, my post-fight thoughts. Thanks a million for watching. I'm out.